The art of boundaries, protecting your power. Here's a truth many of us learn the hard way. You cannot fully step into your power if you don't protect it. And the way you protect your power? Boundaries. Let's get one thing straight. Boundaries are not walls. They're not about shutting people out or being cold or unkind. Boundaries are an act of love, for yourself first and for the people around you. Because when you protect your energy, your time, and your mental well-being, you're showing up as your best, most powerful self. But here's the thing. If you don't set boundaries, the world will set them for you. And when that happens, you'll find yourself giving too much, saying yes when you mean no, and pouring from an empty cup. So today, we're going to talk about the art of boundaries, what they are, why they matter, and how to set them without apology. First, let's talk about what boundaries actually mean. A boundary is a line. It's a clear, firm line that says, this is where I end, and this is where you begin. This is what I can give, and this is what I won't. Boundaries are your way of saying, I respect myself enough to honor my needs, even if it makes someone else uncomfortable. And let me tell you something. Boundaries will make people uncomfortable, especially the people who benefit from your lack of them. But that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just means you're finally standing in your power. Now let's get real for a second. What's stopping you from setting boundaries? Is it fear of hurting someone's feelings? Is it guilt for putting yourself first? Is it the belief that saying no makes you selfish? Whatever it is, let me remind you of this. You cannot pour into others if you're running on empty. You cannot give your best to anyone, your family, your friends, your career, if you're constantly drained. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's necessary. And here's the thing, boundaries don't have to be harsh. They can be simple, clear, and kind. It's not about pushing people away. It's about making space for what matters most to you. So how do you set boundaries? Start by getting clear on what you need. Ask yourself, what drains me? What situations, people, or habits leave me feeling depleted? Once you identify those things, it's time to set the boundary. For example, maybe you have a friend who constantly crosses your emotional limits. You could say something like, I care about you, but I need to step back when the conversation gets too negative. It's something I'm doing for my own mental health. Or maybe it's about protecting your time. You might say, I'm not available for this right now, but I'll let you know if that changes. The point isn't to over-explain or seek permission. Your boundaries don't need anyone else's approval. They're for you. Now let's talk about enforcing those boundaries, because here's the truth. People will test them. They'll push back. They'll try to make you feel guilty. And when that happens, it's up to you to stand firm. This isn't about being rude or confrontational. It's about reminding yourself and others that your needs matter, that your time, your energy, and your peace are non-negotiable. Enforcing boundaries takes practice. It might feel uncomfortable at first. You might second-guess yourself. But every time you honor your boundaries, you're reinforcing your power. You're showing yourself that you're worthy of respect, your own, first and foremost. So today, I want you to ask yourself this. What's one area of your life where you need a boundary? Maybe it's in your relationships. Maybe it's at work. Maybe it's with yourself. Whatever it is, take one step today to set or enforce that boundary. Maybe that step is having a conversation. Maybe it's saying no to something you don't want to do. Or maybe it's as simple as reminding yourself that you don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace. Boundaries are how you protect your power. They're how you keep your cup full so that you can show up as the best version of yourself. They're not easy, but they're worth it. So, take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale, and remind yourself, I am worthy of the boundaries I set. I am allowed to protect my peace. I am allowed to honor my needs. If this spoke to you and you're ready to dive deeper into protecting your power and living unapologetically, I've created something just for you. Head to cocoexpressions.com to continue this journey with me. Let's keep growing together.